Druid.
Yes, Druid will be fun because that's your new main.
Yeah.
Well, it's returning to an old main.
Yeah, so balance to start with is very good. Some caveats.
So the more expensive Star Surge not massively take away from the overall picture.
This is where you get into the issue of if you're playing this every second of your life, it might get annoying. And also, I'm a little biased because a lot of testing is done now with the tier sets, and the tier set gives you a free Star Surge when you enter an Eclipse.
Yeah,
so that offsets it, and that feels really good again to have your 3 rolling and get your star load set up early. But for players going to 40, AP is going to kind of suck. But you also have so many more buttons. You have so many more buttons to go, I need AP. Fucking New Moon. I need AP. Wild Mushroom. I need AP. Fucking Force of Nature. It's like you've got more buttons you know what to do with if you pick them. You can kind of not pick them. And that's interesting because people say that... the talents are balanced in a way that because proportionally the core of the spec is so strong, the talents are only a small amount of variance, which is theoretically pretty good. It kind of means you can, if you don't mind about like 5%, you can pick whatever the hell you want. Or like, that's cool. Can we have that, please? Can we have that for every spec? Because obviously like blood talents is like a 10% DPS loss if you don't pick it. You're like, fuck. But maybe, hopefully they fix it up.
I guess on that then, Feral may be one of the best. I don't mean best like damage-wise, but overall treatment.
Oh, Kitty got some love.
Yeah. Finally, we should say. Finally.
Yeah. But yeah, the Feral memes are finally dead. Feral has a really good core now. It's wonderful. Their AoE is improved drastically. The Primal Wrath being like a talent that you can like pick stuff in and improve, especially with like Rip and Tear and stuff, is like, that's really good. Some of the problems are gone. They've got an awful lot of extra energy from a couple talents that makes them feel a lot less kind of like they're still sort of slow in terms of pooling their energy for the right moment and stuff like that. And they still have like Tiger's Fury resets for Predator, which makes them feel pretty quick in all of those cases. But it's nicer. It's really hard to describe without like just sort of going into like I guess some anecdotal stuff, but it just feels nice. Even like playing Blood Talons with Lunar Inspiration, the fact that you can have so many more of your just things you did before, like Predator and Lunar Inspiration together, means you've got kind of just obviously, you know, people might not like having Moonfire. You can obviously you can go without it, maybe at a DPS loss, but you can use Lunar Inspiration to trigger Blood Talents, which means you've got kind of a more single target friendly Blood Talent setup going. You can Primal Wrath all day long. You've got all your Berserk upgrades. There's a little kind of lack of choice in terms of how you'll want to play, but generally speaking, it's pretty damn nice. From what I've seen though, Feral is still not better than Boomkin. Yeah, if you care about strength, I don't really know what to say because tuning's going to be all over the place. I think naturally, Boomy's probably good. Well, that's the thing. Boomy's generally pretty better than that because of like Starfall, but Starfall is getting nerfed like crazy. I think with Starfall and Starfire, the AoE got taken down a little bit, so it's a little bit rough to say, especially because some things just support things better than others. Hard to say. If you move on to Guardian, Adaptive Swarm is kind of cool. I never used it because I didn't swap Covenant from Night Fae. But having Adaptive Swarm actually feels really good, especially when you're running around healing as Resto. It's very nice. Guardian is like one of the bigger losers, right? Guardian kind of sucks. It's I mean, obviously now it's got a big damage buff, so it's likely to be a little bit stronger to make up for it. And with Ursoc's Fury and the talent that does the arcane healing, whatever it's called, you actually heal a decent amount from your damage. But fundamentally, it's like, well, all the Druid specs got a lot of love. It did not. It's the Shadowlands one pieced back together with nothing really particularly new or interesting. Just some old stuff. Like I think it's like a Rage of the Sleeper, their artifact ability is back, but it's a lot weaker because it's missing like artifact traits. And it feels a bit like they just kind of got fired together at the end of the day. Just whoopsie. It could also just be supposed to be an easy mode because Druids are a very played class, and basically all of the tanks except for Druid are maybe not prop ally, but like there's definitely like a decent skill ceiling on them. So Maybe they wanted a pretty easy version. And then if I move to Resto Druid, it's good. It might be like, and this is subjective because I play it and I like it a lot, so take that with a grain of salt, but I think it might be one of the best specs in the game overall. It's really good. It's got all the Shadowlands tools, but the way they can mix and match all of their Shadowlands tools makes a talent tree fucking perfect. It makes the tree so enjoyable to literally play around with. You're like, hey, do you want photosynthesis? Do you want I can't remember what it's called. The reforestation, is it? The one that gives the free tree every 3 Swiftmans? You want that? Go for it. You want Power of the Archdruid? Fucking have that as well. You want anything that from any of your tree parts whatsoever? Do you want Convoke? You want Incarn? You want Inner Peace? Yeah, it's all there and it's all cheap. Or like, rest of Druids having a fucking car boot sale and everything's nearly free. So it just feels like you have so many like choices you want. And you're like, I can build an incredible Resto Druid for any situation. It's kind of like Arms Warrior as well, where you just go, wait, I can just do whatever I want. Wait, I can have like 6 builds and swap between them, and they're all really good for specific scenarios. Holy shit. Incredible. I love Resto Druid. I love Resto Druid, and they're also pretty strong. The only thing is, and this is a mild problem, right? Until the last build, Moonkin form didn't give any extra spell damage. So you could just DPS as a Resto Druid without having to spend a GCD to swap form. And that included Star Surge not needing Moonkin form, because that was one of the other things, is Moonkin form also you needed that for Star Surge. And that was fucking amazing. And then they added 10% spell damage to Moonkin form. So now you do have to if you want optimal damage. It's like, it's only 10%, so you can opt to not do it, especially if you're just applying a dot or whatever else. You don't have to waste the GCD to shift. Obviously you would have to if you're doing kitty damage, which is still pretty strong. But it's really good. I like it. One of my favorite specs. Almost makes me annoyed I'm playing DPS. Because I was doing something like I wasn't even level 70. I was doing it on pre-patch, just some stuff. Like, and plus it's like, oh, this is so good. I can just swap that there. Oh, that didn't work out so well. Oh, I'll take Verdant Infusion, swap my legendary around. Oh, this is beautiful. I can photosynthesis myself and apply 2 rejuvenations to every target, and every rejuvenation has an extra like 5 seconds duration, or is it 6 seconds it goes extra from one talent on a full health target, so you can blanket a full raid without it expiring, and then it drops and you just pump them all up with Flourish. Oh, it's good. It's good. It's very good.